Hi again guys, I've had a request from a viewer for a tutorial on this WitEden 3x3x9 puzzle. Now I know the person asked me for the version 1, which I do own as well, but having said that, the difference between the two versions is very slight, so I can actually do this in one video for both puzzles. There's just basically a step you skip on the version 1 that you need to do on the version 2, so I'll point that out when we get to it. And basically, if you're doing the version 1, then just miss that step out. As with all, now obviously if you're watching this video, there's a good chance you've actually already got your scrambled, but when you're scrambling this puzzle, it's like any other cuboid. I mean, this is essentially a shape-shifting cuboid, but it doesn't actually shape-shift because it's been, all the pieces have been made into a non-proportional cubes. So you scramble it to begin with without actually mixing it up like a 3x3. You're only doing 180 degree turns on these sides, whereas you can do 90 degree turns in these directions. And then on this version 2, once you've got it a good scrambling cuboid form, then make sure the excuse me, make sure the little centerpieces are all lined up on top and bottom with each other, so they're all horizontal. You can then do a middle slice and get those all out in one go, and then you can mix those in with the other pieces as well. Great little puzzle, this, really good quality like most stuff from WitEden. It's a lot of fun. You can maybe mix some of those back in again, just try and get it obviously as scrambled as you possibly can. And then once we've got it to this stage, we can then scramble it like you would a 3x3. Oh, that's good. Luckily it's only a centerpiece, so should be able to just pop that back in there, and nothing's can be the wrong way around or anything, so we should be okay. I don't know what happened there, I've never had that with this before, that's a new one. But anyway, so now it's scrambled like a 3x3 and we can start the solve. Okay then, so the first thing we need to do is to solve it like a 3x3, because at the moment all the pieces, all the small little cubes cannot be turned separately because they're blocked by these kind of full-size pieces now in this scrambled state. So the first thing we need to do is make all these things turnable. So what I'm going to do is solve it like a 3x3. So this is the white face because it's got the very centre of the centrepiece is white, so that makes that the white face. So I'm just going to do a cross around that. Now, I don't actually bother solving it by colour at the moment. You can put either white or yellow pieces on this face as edges and corners, because they're going to get messed up during the rest of the solve anyway. This stage is really just to make all the rest of the puzzle turnable. So just like a 3x3, just make a cross and then stick some corners in. Again, as I said, either white or yellow, it doesn't matter. So let's just stick another yellow corner in there. So then we've got a full face there, and you can see that top layer can now all be split up. So move on to the middle layer. Now the first thing we need to do is get the centres oriented. So you can see this one's oriented correctly because you've got it horizontal, but this one's not oriented right. So all you'll do is just do a 2R and a 2U to move the strip that was solved out of the way. Just do a 90 degree turn on this right face, which was the one that was not oriented right, and then do a 2U and a 2R to put all those back in. And that centre is now oriented correctly. That one already is, and that one already is. If you had more than that, you can do more. And then what we're going to do is put in the middle edges, and when I say middle edges, I do just mean the very, very centre pieces of the 9 high. So it'll be the 5th layer down and the 5th layer up, which either way. So you can see that we've already got the orange and blue one in. So let's see what else we've got in the top layer. We've got the orange and green one here. Now the way I do this is it's sort of like an F2L move. If you know F2L, feel free to do it, but you need a way of doing it that doesn't rotate the centerpieces, and this one's very good for that. So you see this is green and orange. If you just place it above the green centre so that the colour that's on the front face matches the colour of the centre, it needs to go to the right because that's where the orange face is. So all you do is you turn, when it needs to go to the right, you turn it off to the left and you do R, U prime, R prime, and that's actually matched that corner that was down here with that edge piece. You then do another U prime, F prime, U, F. So that's put that corner back in where it started from, and it's put in the green and orange centre, and it's also left the centre pieces, sorry, it's put in the green and orange edge, and it's left the centre pieces aligned the way they should be. So one more time, let's find another one that needs to go in. We've got the green and pink already in, green and orange and blue. I've got lucky there, I've got a few that are already sold, which is a bit more like luck than judgment. Let me just actually get one of those out the wrong way. That way I can that way I can show you what needs to happen if it needs to go the other way. So yeah, I've now got this blue and orange edge piece over here, so once again line it up so the colour on the front matches the colour of the centre, and this one needs to go to the left because you can see that got the orange face on the left here, and the orange sticker is part of the blue and orange edge that we're interested in. So this time you move it away from the edge, the face that it belongs on, which is the left, so you move it to the right so it's on the right face, and then you're doing L prime, U, L, U, F, U prime, F prime. So once again, let's put the corner back where it belongs, and that blue and orange edge piece is in where it belongs, and the orange and blue centres haven't been disturbed, they're still horizontal. And finally the blue and pink centre, so I've got a pink and blue edge here, and it's above the pink centre, and that's now oriented the other way around to what it was, so that's made things a bit easier. No, it hasn't. It's made things a bit silly. What I'm trying to get at here is I needed to have done that blue and orange the way I did. If this was this way around, I'm fairly certain the blue was on the front before, but it's irrelevant. I'm babbling for no reason, just ignore me. Okay, so once again I've got the pink part of the edge matched up with the pink centre piece. Remember we're only talking about the centre of it, we ignore the two pieces at the side. So it needs to go to the left, so once again I move it to the right, and I do that L prime, U, L, U, F, U prime, F prime. So you can see I've got a complete strip solved around the centre of the puddle. So now what I need to do is orient all the pieces on the top face, same as you would in any 3x3. You can see I've got two edges oriented correctly already, so I just do exactly as I would on a 3x3 to orient the other two edges. You should be comfortable with something like this by now anyway, by solving 3x3s, and then I orient the corners using soons, or in this case an anti-soon, or whatever other OLL methods you want to use. That's absolutely fine. You can see I've now got that oriented correctly, so now all my layers can turn, and we can move on to the next stage of the solve. Okay then, so if you've got the version 1 of this puzzle, this is the step you'll actually miss, because what we're going to do is complete the yellow and white centres now. So as I say, if you've got version 1, then this step is irrelevant to you. Now I can see I've actually got lucky, I've got two whites already solved. So what I will do, you can see that white centre needs to go where that orange is, which is kind of at the top of the strip of three that makes up the centre piece. So if I just move those out, the whole thing, I can then slide the, oh, I've got my yellow face oriented wrongly. You need to make sure those are horizontal, otherwise you can't turn. So just put those the same way around, try again, I can just slide the white one into position. So that's solved. I've then got the I've got lucky there now as well, that's solved two of the yellow, but that's quite common because there's not many positions they can be in. But there's only one more to put in, so the way you insert this is to I need to line this yellow piece up with the one that's already solved. So if I just turn it up there, you can see that that's going to go into that position. It's kind of like the way you'd do the top face if you were doing a 4x4. You'd line it up with the ones that were solved, and you'd turn it into that position, do a U2 and bring that back. That matches those three up, and if you need to do more than, if you need to put both edges in, then you just have to do that same thing twice. You can see my white's still in position, so just turn those back into a face that they belong in, top and bottom, and that's that stage complete. So it's simple as that. Now just check your centre layer to make sure you haven't messed it up. As you can see, I have. So, but this is very easy to solve. You can see that first of all I need the orange needs to be next to this orange, so just do a 180 degree turn to put that one in, and that leaves me with this blue and green that needs swap, so a 180 degree turn there, and that one's in. And basically now we've returned it to a regular cuboid. If you can solve a 3x3x2 domino, you can actually solve this now. There's just one small parity situation that you might come across, and I'll obviously show you that at the time. But basically what we're going to do is solve it like 4 separate dominoes. The first one we're going to do is the layer just above the centre line and the layer just below. So we're doing that layer that's got orange, blue, pink in at the moment, and that layer that's got blue, green, green, obviously all the way around the puzzle, but we're working on those 2 layers. So if I say up face, I'm basically going to turn the top 4 layers of the puzzle. If I say down face, I'm going to turn the bottom 4 layers of the puzzle. There's also a concept you need to be aware of, like on other high order cuboids, of a working space. Some of these algorithms we're going to use for inserting corners and edges are going to leave this face rotated 180 degrees at the end. Now that's very easy to sort out. All you do is keep that, because you're doing it's on the 2R turns that happens. So you keep that face, if it's in this situation, as your R face, and then perform the next algorithm, and you'll find that that fixes it. So the first thing we need to do is to insert edges on the D face, which is the one below the solid centre line, as I said. So I can see I've got a pink edge already in, so we'll leave that one there for now and see what else we've got. Okay, so I can see I've got a green, I need a green one where that orange is, and I've got a green there. So that's just simply a matter of rotating that face 180 degrees. And we'll just turn our D slice now, which is the bottom 4 layers, remember, onto our working space. Remember, we've messed up our centre at the moment, so this right face is our workspace. This face will be whatever we're on about, which is orange, so we need an orange edge there where that pink is. And right now I've got one up there. If you might have needed to rotate your up face to find one, but once you've got an orange face there, do a 180 degree turn again. Rotate our D face back where it started. You can see we've got our pink, green and orange edges in position. We just need a blue one here. We don't have to worry about a workspace right now because we've got it all back to being solved again. So just put our blue face on the right hand side. The blue edge is there above where it belongs. So just do a 180 degree turn, and we've now got all 4 of our edges in position. So now we start on our corners for the lower portion. Now this position here, I need the orange blue corner piece. So let's say if we've got that in the up layer at the moment, there's an orange blue there, and that is actually the right one. So that's nice. The way you can tell whether, because you've got 2 orange blues in every section of this, so the way to tell whether it's the right corner piece is this. If you put the corner in above the position where it belongs, the blue piece of that corner is actually on the orange face, and the orange piece of that corner is actually on the blue face where you've got the blue centre. So you always have the opposite colour on the orange face. If that was the orange piece and that was the blue piece, you would put that corner in and it would be backwards because it's actually the wrong piece. It's the one that belongs in the up layer. But because the colours are opposite on that one, you know that that is the right one. So then with that on the right hand side, so that corner that's inserted is on the right front, the position it belongs in is on the right front. You then do this algorithm, which is 2R, U, 2R, U prime, 2R. Now let's put that orange and blue in position. It's also fixed the 180 degree turn we had on the right face from putting the edge in. So we've fixed our workspace, so we're free to rotate the cube at this point. So let's see what we've got next. We need a blue and pink here, so let's see what we've got in our up layer. Yeah, we've got the blue and pink there, and it's the right one because the colours are opposite again. The pink is on the blue face, the blue is on the pink face. So one more time, with those on the right front corner, the position it goes in and the corner we're moving, we do 2R U on the top 4 layers, 2R U prime, 2R. Let's put that in, but remember once again that's messed up our centre layer and our right face, so keep that as our workspace. So rotate the D face until we've got a slot that isn't solved. So you can see that this is the green edge piece and it's got a blue corner piece next to it, so that's not solved at the moment. So this corner actually needs a green and pink, not blue and pink, in there. So let's see what we've got in our upper layer. We've got a green and pink here, but as you can see, because we've rotated our D face, this is actually going to be the pink face because we've got the pink edge it's going next to. So we've actually got the pink and the pink on the same face, so that's the wrong piece. So let's see if we've got our other green and pink in the up face. There it is. We've got our green and pink there. So that's going to go down here, so they're both on the right front. So once again do the 2R U, 2R U prime, 2R. Green and pink pieces between the two edges. We can rotate the D face back to where it belongs because we've fixed our workspace as well, so we can rotate the cube freely, and we've only got one more of the D face left to insert, which is this green and orange piece. Once again, I've got a green and orange edge piece right there, but it's the wrong one because the green matches the green and the orange matches the orange. So we need to find the other green and orange edge piece, sorry, corner piece, which is here. So one final time with them both on the right front, the corner and the place where it belongs, do 2R U, 2R U prime, 2R. So that's all our bottom layer solved. When I say bottom, I'm still talking about the layer that's just below the centre. But this has messed up our right face, so we need to keep our workspace here on the right hand side. So then we move on to the upper face of these two layers that we're working on. So that's the layer with 3 oranges across there at the moment. And the first thing we do is solve the corners on that layer. Now what we want to look for is see if we've got any headlights. Now that basically means we've got 2 corners on the same face that are already solved in relation to each other. As you can see, these 2 oranges match. Now the colour of the edge between them is irrelevant. All we're interested in is the colour on the corners. If they match, we turn that to the left hand side so that the 2 matching colours on the left of the cube, and the 2 that are unsolved, assuming there are 2 unsolved, it's entirely possible that you'll have all 4 already solved. Those go on the right hand side. If you haven't got headlights, if you haven't got 2 corners that are solved, you just perform this algorithm I'm about to show you in any position, and that will give you headlights. So you then carry on from where we are now. You put those headlights on the left hand side of the puzzle, the 2 unsolved on the right, and you perform this algorithm. So it's 2R U, 2R U prime, 2R U prime D, remembering 4 layers of each, 2R U prime, 2R U, 2R. And you can see that if we rotate the up layer around, all the corners do now match up with the ones on their same sides. So let's just put them on the faces they belong to. So we'll put the pink on the pink face. We also moved our D face during that algorithm, so let's just move that back around. Remember, we've still got our right side messed up here because that algorithm we've just done doesn't actually fix the workspace. So keep that on your right hand side still. And then we need to start working on the edges. Now what I always look for first is see if any go opposite. So I can see straight away I've got a blue edge here on the green face, which means it can go opposite it onto the blue face at the back. Very simple algorithm to fix that one. So this will swap this blue edge and this pink edge. Basically those 2 pieces will swap over, everything else will remain as it is. So that's just 2R, 2U, 2R, 2U, 2R, 2U. So you can see that my blue edge is now in position, and all the other 3 are back where they started. We've then got, I can see that the orange will go opposite to the orange face, so let's do that one as well. With the I don't have to worry about a workspace because the algorithm I just did with the inserting the blue edge has fixed my workspace, so I can rotate the cube as I wish. So I'm going to swap the orange and the green edges. So front, remember it's front to back. So the edge on the front and the edge of the back, the edge on the back will swap places. So once again, it's 2R, 2U, 2R, 2U, 2R, 2U, and that leaves us with just two edges here that are next to each other. If you've got two edges that are adjacent that need to swap, then basically you put one of the edges on the front, one of them on the right face, remembering to keep our workspace on the right face, because that's messed up at the moment, as you can see by the centre layer. So with one on the front, one on the right, you then pull this algorithm. So it's 2R, U, 2R, U, 2R, 2U, 2R, 2U, 2R, U, 2R, U prime, 2R. And that's also fixed our workspace, and you can see that the entire block of the sort of like 3-layer block of the centre now is solved, and we'll move on to the next layers. Now you may well find at the end of that sequence that you've got this, you've got this situation where you've finished off your algorithm and got all your edges swapped, but you've actually got it in a situation where your workspace is broken. So you've actually got one piece in the middle there that's not matched up, and one piece there. So I've got the pink and blue and pink and green are swapped on the centre layer. The way you fix this is to put the two that need to swap, one on the left front, one on the right front of your puzzle, and then you perform this. You do a 2U. When I say U, it's once again the same as we've been doing on this layer. So you turn the top 4 layers. You basically turn in your U layer is above the piece where the parities are, because you can find this on any of the other layers as well. You might find there's 3, 5 or even 7 layers that are swapped like this at any point in the solve. So your 2U is always the layer above the pieces that are swapped. So it's 2U, 2R, 2F, 2U, 2F, 2R, 2U, 2F, and as you can see that fixes those pieces. Okay then, I'm going to start going a bit quicker now, because you should be getting the idea, because now we're going to move on to the next layers. So now our up layer is just and down layer is just 3 layers thick. We're going to be working on the layer above and below everything immediately above and below the layers that we've already solved. So first we need to put our edges in the lower layer. So I can see I've got a pink on this layer that needs to go down here, so I'll put that one in position. We then need we've got a blue, yes, so put our position for the blue edge around to the right side. We've got a blue edge in the up layer there, so we'll just do a 2R to put that in. Move everything back, so I've got a blue edge in and a pink edge in. I then need a green, nothing's broken, so I can rotate the cube. The green edge is right above where it belongs, so do a 2R to get that. We then need an orange on this one. We've got one right there again, so do a 2R, move everything back, so I've got pink, green, orange, blue in position. Haven't got a workspace, everything's solved, so I don't need to worry about that. So I'm wanting an orange and blue piece there. Let's see if we've got anything like that. Well, we've got one there. Is that the right one? If at any point you find that you haven't got any corners in the upper layer that belong in the lower layer, that means they're all in the lower layer but in the wrong position. So just do this corner swap algorithm to bring one of them out into the top layer, then you can then put that one in the position that it belongs in. So the blue and orange belongs here. It's right because it's got blue on the orange face and orange on the blue face. So 2R, 2U, 2R, U prime, 2R. Bring another gap around into our workspace. So we've got the that needs a blue and pink in there. So I tell by which edges are in there. So I need the blue and pink to go between the blue and pink edges. So see if we've got that in the top layer. We have, it's right there, and it's got the opposite colours to the edges that are in our down face at the moment. So 2R, U, 2R, U prime, 2R, that's in. Move everything back where it belongs. Our workspace is fixed, so we can turn the puzzle. We need a green and orange, which we've got there, so that one can come in. 2R, U, 2R, U prime, 2R. And we need to keep our workspace on the right. We need a green and pink to go there, so where's that? That's a green and pink, but it's the wrong one because the pink matched up with the pink. So find another one. Green matched up with pink, pink matches up with green, so that's the 1, 2R, U, 2R, U prime, 2R. Rotate everything around, you can see we've got the lower layer solved, so move on to the up layer, see if we've got headlights. I have there, I've got 2 pinks, put those on the left hand side of the puzzle. My workspace is fixed, so I don't need to worry about that. And the 2 corners that need to swap are on the right hand side, so 2R, U, 2R, U prime, 2R, U prime, D, 2R, U prime, 2R, U, 2R. Put the D layer back and see what our up face looks like. Put everything in position as best you can with the corners, and so I can see that now I want to look for, I've got all my corners solved, so I'll look for edges that can go straight across. This pink one can go straight across the other side, so put that one on the front. This will do the front to back edge swap, so 2R, 2U, 2R, 2U, 2R, 2U. Keeping our workspace there, I've got an adjacent edge swap with the blue and orange edges, so the long algorithm again, which will fix our broken workspace. So 2R, U, 2R, U, 2R, 2U, 2R, 2U, 2R, U, 2R, U prime, 2R. So that's our top and bottom layer of that section solved. We've got lucky, no parity again, but if there was, you would have 3 swapped in the centre, and you would have done that algorithm I showed you before, but your U would have been 3 layers thick instead of 4, and that would have fixed that. All these algorithms will be in the description to make things a little bit easier. And now we move on to the second layer from top and second layer from bottom. So I've got a blue edge here, we can rotate around in position. That's put a pink one there luckily, and a green one there, so I've got 3 in automatically. So all I've got to put in is an orange edge piece in the lower layer. It's on the right face, so I'll just do a 2R to put that one in. And look for corners, so I need a green orange corner. You can see I've got the wrong one in there at the moment, so is the other one in the up layer? It's not, so let's try a different slot. I've got a green and pink that I need there, and that's the right one because I've got pink on the green face, green on the pink face. Remember, when I say pink face, I mean where we've just moved the edge to, not the stuff that we've already solved down here, because it's going between that edge and that edge. So I've got the green on the edge with the pink, the face with the pink edge on it. So with the above on the front right, the position it belongs in. So 2R, U, 2R, U prime, 2R. That's in position, it's fixed our workspace. Move everything back. Oops. So I've got the green orange that I need is now above where it belongs, so let's put that one in. 2R, 2U, sorry, 2R, U, 2R, U prime, 2R. That one's in. Keep my workspace on the right. Turn the D layer. I need an orange and blue corner piece. Is that up there? I've got one there, but it's the wrong one because the orange matches the orange. So let's try the next slot. I need blue and pink, so that's the right one. I've got pink on with the blue edge, so 2R, U, 2R, U prime, 2R. Blue and pink is in position, workspace is fixed, rotate everything back where it belongs, and I've got one corner in the lower layer that's not solved, so we need an orange and blue, which is this one. 2R, U, 2R, U prime, 2R. That one's in. Workspace stays on the right. I need to look for headlights on the up layer. Now this time I haven't. Oh, I have. I've got 2 blues there, so they go on the left hand side. Again, if I hadn't had any, I would have just done this algorithm anywhere around that puddle, and that would give me headlights on that up layer. So the 2 that I need to swap are on the right hand side, and we do the 2R, U, 2R, U prime, 2R, U prime, D, 2R, U prime, 2R, U, 2R. Rotate the D face back where it belongs. Put the up face in the right position. And I've actually got only one edge swap that needed. So put the 2 edges that need to swap because they're adjacent. One on the front, one on the right hand side. Keeping my workspace on the right hand side because this will fix it. Do 2R, U, 2R, U, 2R, 2U, 2R, 2U, 2R, U, 2R, U prime, 2R. Rotate our up layer, and once again we've got lucky no parity, but again it would have been 5 layers swap this time, so if we're doing the power T algorithm, the U-turns would have been on 2 layers to fix that, same as our U-turns have been during this part of the solve. And so we're nearly there now. All we've got is the top and bottom layers, and we just continue exactly as we've been doing for the rest of the puzzle. So we've got green edge there, so that can, remember, that can go on the green face. Now we know it's the right green edge because it's got a white piece on it and it's on the white face, so we know that's the right edge. I've got the white and orange, which is in the right place. The white and blue, I've got lucky again, a lot of the edges in the right place, so we just got the white and pink, so just put that across the pink face and do a 2R, so that's in position. So we've broken our workspace, so we need to keep that on the right hand side. Put a slot that needs filling underneath, so that needs to be white, blue and orange, which is not in the top layer, so I'll just try a different one. White, green and orange, which we've got there, so put that on the front right and do the 2R U, 2R U prime 2R. That's fixed our workspace and it's in position. Put everything back where it belongs. We've got green and pink here, so put that above the slot it belongs in. White, green and pink on the front right, so 2R U, 2R U prime 2R. That's in position, and bring the final slot around to the front right. The piece that goes there is already there above it, so 2R U, 2R U prime 2R. Rotate the bottom layer. That's all solved, so all we've got left is the top layer. Once again, I've got headlights. My workspace is fixed, so I can rotate the cube however I like. Put the headlights on the left. The 2 corners that need to swap are on the right. 2R U, 2R U, 2R. Oh, hang on. 2R. I've doing the wrong algorithm. I'm doing the edge swap. So let's start again. The 2 corners need to swap on the right. The headlights are on the left. 2R U, 2R U prime, 2R U prime D, 2R U prime, 2R U, 2R. Rotate the D face back, and we've now got all our corners solved on the final layer, and we've got 2 opposite edge swaps, so the green is at the back, needs to come to the front, which are with the 2 that will swap on the front and back. 2R, 2U, 2R, 2U, 2R, 2U, and leaves us one final adjacent edge swap, which is blue on the orange. The blue goes on the front, the orange on the right, our workspace is on the right. 2R U, 2R U, 2R 2U, 2R 2U, 2R U, 2R U prime, 2R. And there we go, that's the puzzle solved. Once again, it's possible that you might have had that parity situation at the end of that section, in which case it would have been 7 layers thick and your U-turns would have been just a single layer as part of the algorithm. But yeah, that's the puzzle solved. Hopefully you've been able to follow all that. I'll put all the algorithms in the description, so hope that's been helpful to you. Thanks very much for watching, and I will see you next time.